last 6 months till date. So that means in last 6 months, win rate is 57%. That we have whatever we recommendation we have given. Out of that, 57% trade was closed on positive note, and 43% trade was closed on this negative note. And with along with this average gain and average loss. That means we have gained on an average on in each and every winning trade of 5.24% and in losing trade 2.9%. So that itself indicates that we are consistently maintaining 2:1 risk reward ratio. And study suggests that, I am not saying that, study suggests that if your this risk reward ratio is 1:2, means if you are risk of 1 rupee, if you are generating more than 2 rupee or 2 rupee, 2 rupee or more than 2 rupee, that means your probability of gaining out of any particular trading activity in the market is quite high. And over here we are maintaining 57%, 58%, 60, even bull market, during bull market we maintain more than 60% also. So 60% around hit ratio. So on the basis of that, in last 6 months, we have this recommended total 336 trade. And this is the winning rate, this is number of winning trade, number of losing trade, and then percentage. And this particular table over here, that is this next column, that is, one second. Okay. So this gross gain in rupees actually. So suppose if you have taken trade, if you have traded each and every recommendation from us in equal proportion amounts, and over here I have taken base of 100 rupees, and you have traded you have taken each trade of for the amount of 100 rupees, then this is the situation. In winning trade you have earned around 1000 rupees, in losing trade you have earned around this 418 rupees, and then net to 588 rupees. This is gain net in last 6 months. Same way, suppose if I want to take each trade in last table, same way, if I take each trade of 10,000 rupees, so this is the situation. In 6 months we have generated 42,000, and this same, and this last table is calculated after this after 0.5% of slippages and transaction charge. Like on first table, this first table is gross gain. Gross gain means before any transaction charge on slippages. But in next once again after that, we have considered flat 0.5% slippages as well as transaction charge in each and every trade, be it losing trade or gaining trade. So that means that says that after deducting 0.5%, this average gain 5.24%, that comes to 4.74%. And after deducting loss percentage of 2.9%, that comes to minus plus, that goes to minus 3.4%. So this is net gain after transaction tax, last column. That is net gain of net gain after this transaction tax and slippages. And this is the situation, like around 420 rupees, and one can generate on equal value of 100 rupees. And same way, if you multiply that 100 rupees in 10,000, so that goes to in last table. Please see last table. In 6 months, that comes to 42,000. In last 12 months, 69,000. Same way, if your trade amount equals to each trade, I'm talking about each trade. So each trade 50,000, then that goes to 2 lakhs rupee around profit and 3.5 lakhs around profit, respectively in 6 months and 12 months. Same way, 1 lakhs and 2 lakhs is given. And performance of last 12 month table is also given in mid of table, is that is the performance calculation for the last 12 months. So that I want to show with you, just for your information purpose. Now let's move to our next slide. And this is the last, this is the top 20 gaining trade and losing trade. So we have taken over here just for illustration purpose, last 20 only. So please do not consider it is an exclusive list. So this is last 20 loser, and this is last top 20 gainer. Okay, in last 6 months. Now next, before this, moving toward market direction and everything, I want to share one more thing with you. at our research, we write various research report and we publish various reports and send to all our subscribers and keep it posted on this social media platform like LinkedIn, Twitter also. So this is our performance. If you are aware, in last week actually, November 19, we have written a report, that weekly report, and this is the snapshot of that report. Let me share that direct report that would give you more clear picture. So this is the weekly report that we have written on this November 19, and we have given our logic, technical logic and everything over here, and in summary we have written that what we are expecting from market. And if you see this particular highlighted paragraph, so in that particular, that I have clearly mentioned that now market is trading in with negative bias, and it has formed head and shoulder pattern as well as bullish bearish flag continuation pattern that indicates at least around 800 to 1000 points fall cannot be denied. Over here I have clearly mentioned, and you see I have given at the same time level also in downside, that we are expecting that market may lead, this current fall may lead towards 17,000 to 16,800. So you see now recent low is in front of you, you can check and verify the quality of report. Another report that we have mentioned exactly on the day of Diwali, that is November 4, and we have written this report on very short time period because we are expecting this fall actually, and at that time it was creating alarm in my mind that we should write a report and inform all our subscribers that how market is going to behave or how market may behave in coming few days and weeks, and that's why we have written report. And if you see anything particular thing, if I talk about Nifty, so in Nifty also, all this paragraph of technical verification, whatever the technical pattern and everything, I'm not going to discuss all that things. Just the last paragraph summary. That summary is the gist of thing, that what we want to say and what we want to convey to our subscribers or readers, that what we are expecting about market at current juncture. And in that report also we have clearly mentioned that if this particular level will fall, then one can expect further fall to 16,800 to 16,500, or maybe down the line it may fall up to 15,000, 16,000 also. But this was monthly report. So whenever we write monthly report, that means we write after keeping perspective of next 2-3 months or 4 months or 5 months. And whenever we write this weekly report, so weekly report whenever we write, so we just keep in mind that next 1 week, 2 week or 3 week or maximum 4 weeks. So this monthly report, so exactly, so first time it's just alarming situation we have created. We have shown our this alarming situation in our webinar also. I think first time we have shown this alarming situation discussed with you in the month of October webinar. Then later on October last there was, I think, October last webinar. In that webinar we have clearly mentioned that now market is the probability of falling market is quite high now. And those who is consistently, whomsoever is consistently attending our webinar may be aware about that, our commentary about this market. So like anything, if you want to see this reality, any particular index, metal index. So metal index, in last summary we have clearly mentioned that the market may, suppose if it will cross the 5,900, then only we will consider bullish trend. See, clearly it may turn positive if managed to cross and hold above this level. Otherwise, it may remain traded in 5,900 to 6,000, 5,000 to 5,900. And see, low of this month is almost, low of this month means low of November, around 5,200. So it is exactly once again traded as per our expected. Any particular sector you can find over here, and you will find our opinion about market. So my all showing the reason behind showing all these report, that please have faith on us and or please have faith on our hard work, and please start reading all these things and act according to. I'm not saying that we are always right, but yes, if someone is probably 60-70% right, then of course that would really help to all of you to generate money or gain from the market. So that's what I'm emphasizing on these things. Okay, another thing, few months back, I think on this particular day, October 7, we have written a special report, that is bond yield and its impact on Indian equity also. So in that particular US dollar bond yield, then we have discussed this US dollar bond 10-year treasury bond yield. Then we have discussed this dollar index also. And when dollar index was trading around 94. And in that also we have clearly mentioned in dollar index in summary that we are expecting that current move in this space may lead toward 96.4 to 97. And if you check the last week high of this dollar index, then it has made high of 96.93. So which is almost in line with our expectation, or exactly in line with our expectation. So we write this type of quality report to you, and we really do hard work. Our team really do hard work to share all this our thoughts with you. So I request once again to all of you, so please start reading and please start understanding it. If someone is feeling after reading, if someone is feeling any problem, so on he or she is not able to understand, so my request to all of them that you can directly contact to us, and we will try to help you out regarding that only, about understanding and everything. Okay, so that's it from my side. There are so many reports you will find on this MarketSmith website under this research report tab. There are a lot of reports. We write derivative report also in every Thursday morning and everything, so you will find over there. Okay, now let's move toward market and current market direction. So see, as per O'Neill methodology, now market and in last week actually market entered into downward trend, but today only, after this 2 day in last yesterday and today, it has not breached low of Monday. So as per O'Neill methodology, whenever market for at least for 2 consecutive days market is not breaking earlier low, then we move market into rally attempt. So that's why we today only after 3:30 we moved market from downtrend to rally attempt. Rally attempt means that no, in last 2 trading sessions there was no fresh low, and the day it will give follow through day, market will turn in uptrend into that. Theory of this follow through day counting and everything, totally different thing. You might be aware about that. So as per O'Neill methodology, this Sensex and Nifty both today after 3:30 moved into this rally attempt. Rally attempt, once again, that don't mean that uptrend. Rally attempt means that it is once again alarming situation that market may turn from here. Not sure that it will turn, but it may turn from here depending upon fulfilling certain conditions. And same where banking, reality is in this under pressure. Pharma just turned into rally, and apart from that, most of the sectors in correction. Even metal is also in correction, and rest of the stocks in either in uptrend under pressure or rally attempt. So this is the current placement of overall market, including sectoral indices, Nifty and Sensex, as per O'Neill methodology. Now let's move toward charts discussion actually. How market is placed from technical perspective. Okay, so from technical perspective, if I talk about Nifty 50, so Nifty 50 has already breached 200 this 50 DMA, and now one more observation is that now 200 50 DMA and 21 DMA there is negative crossover. Okay, so 50 DMA and 200 DMA is showing negative crossover. One more thing is that from the last 3 trading session or Monday onward, Monday there was a low of around 16,800, and after that Saturday and today, from the last 3 trading session including this Monday, after ignoring this low of 16,800, this in last 3-4 trading session market is hovering toward 100 DMA. Okay, so 100 DMA is meanwhile placed currently around this 17,000 only. If I talk about exact level, so exact level of 100 DMA is 17,139 today's level. It keeps changing every day, depends upon fall or gain in market. So maybe, so meanwhile market is this Nifty 50 is trending around 100 DMA. I have not plotted this 100 DMA over here. Okay, but it is around 100 DMA. And at the same time, it is trending after below 50 DMA, after there is a negative crossover on 50 DMA and 21 DMA. So one situation is that unless and until this market will not cross these both moving averages, then it will remain traded sideways with negative bias. First opinion according to me is like this. Another thing, if I do analysis of these indicators, technical indicators. So in technical indicators, this RSI on daily chart is clearly now entered into bearish trajectory as per range shift analysis. Okay, and if I talk about daily RSI, but at the same time, if I discuss about weekly perspective, so from weekly perspective, weekly slope of RSI is still in downtrend. There is no doubt at all, but it is still in the range of bullish trajectory. So bullish trajectory means 40 to 80, anything above 40. So a few weeks back, this RSI, weekly RSI was around 80, and now after this recent fall, it is still holding above 50. So from weekly range shift analysis of RSI also suggests it is, even though its slope is negative, but it says it is still in bullish trajectory. So once again, if I talk about medium term perspective, like daily, from daily, I can consider that as short to mid term perspective. So short to mid term perspective, market is still looking pressurized. Maybe market may feel more pressure in coming few days and weeks, but at the same time, from weekly perspective, down, the slope is down, but range is positive, not positive, but range is bullish. Okay, so that shows that we need more wait and watch, or we want more few weeks to go on action of market, and then only we can take conclusion on the basis of weekly. Now if I talk about monthly RSI, so monthly RSI is clearly trending above 70, that is clear cut in bullish trajectory. So if I say longer term perspective, like 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 5 years perspective, so that clearly indicates that market is in clear cut uptrend from long term perspective. So in conclusion, from short term perspective, market may remain traded volatile and choppy with negative bias unless and until it is trading below this, at least if I talk about level point of view, unless and until it will remain traded below 17,400. Okay, so this particular level, sorry, I can say that 18,000, sorry, from my side, 18,000, 18,200. So unless and until market will remain traded below this 18,000, 18,200 level, I can say that the market may remain traded volatile and choppy. Okay, but at the same time, if I talk about mid-term perspective on the basis of weekly chart conclusion, that no doubt market has trend its sentiment, but it is not looking that much bearish. And same way from the longer term perspective, like 2 year, 3 year, 5 year perspective, there is no negativity at all. It is just normal course of correction. Okay, so this is market, this is the current place of market. Now what is the side, if I talk about myself, so see, so there is a problem. That problem is that this new variant of virus. So now today only after 3:30 I was listening news on CNBC, and now Mumbai management and the Mumbai authority is now trying to check on this particular traveling and everything, and they are issuing new policies like quarantine and everything, especially those who are coming from outside of the nation. So maybe that this is problematic, but at the same time, if it will that virus goes little bit complicated or little bit problematic in coming days, then only market will fall further from here. Even Saturday evening, I was listening to a US-based doctor about this new variant and everything, and he was saying that it is less dangerous for India, especially for those people who have taken co-vaccine. Actually, he was saying that, it is not my statement. Just 10 seconds. He was saying that those whomsoever has taken co-vaccine, not COVID shield, those who have taken co-vaccine is a quite good for them, is to protect against this new virus. I don't know what is the reason behind him, because I am not that much knowledgeable person in that particular field. But from market perspective, it has already, one more thing is that if I talk about this trend line. So see, it has breached this particular trend line here. So this is also placed around 50 DMA. So first thing is that 50 DMA. So I can say that unless and until market is trading below 50 DMA, then it will remain traded volatile and choppy. And if I talk about more confirmation from market perspective and everything, so it must cross and hold 18,200. The day it will cross and hold 18,200 level, that is immediate peak, then only we will consider that that is a valid thing, otherwise not. Okay, so just keep watching. Otherwise, what I am expecting in current scenario, that this current bounce back rally may remain continuation for coming few days, at least next in this week actually, or next 3-4 trading session, and most probably market will retest, at least if I talk about market will retest most probably around 17,400 to 17,500. So today it has closed around 17,170. So at least I am expecting it may gain another 200-300 points from here. At least today it seems looks like that. Otherwise, we are still not out of the wood. Market is in problem. There is no doubt, and market next phase market will get triggered from this virus only. If virus will spread and it will become catastrophic, then obviously there would be problem for market, in my opinion, at least from technical perspective. Okay, now let's move toward another sector, that is bank nifty. So bank nifty, 1 minute. Okay, so see, as per O'Neill methodology, this bank nifty is still in under pressure because okay. So as per O'Neill methodology, this bank nifty is still in under pressure because yesterday only it has made fresh low, and that is why we need at least 2 more days that it will not breach yesterday's low. So maybe tomorrow, if it will not breach this yesterday, that is Tuesday's low, then we will move this particular index in this rally attempt mode, otherwise not. Okay, but now what is the current placement, technical placement? So current technical placement, it has breached all moving averages, including 200 DMA also. Yesterday also it has breached 200 DMA, and today also it has closed exactly around this 200 1 minute. Okay, 200 DMA. So today even it has bounced back around 650 points, and it took support at 200 DMA, and after that, if I talk about this candle formation, so yesterday's candle formation, I can say that inverted hammer candle. Let's move on this other chart pattern. Okay, so okay, so this candle, last 2 candle pattern, I can say that this candle pattern is considered as a whether it is, let me check 1 second. Okay, so this candle pattern, I can say that it is an inverted hammer candlestick pattern. So inverted candlestick pattern in bottom says that some bounce back from this particular level cannot be denied. See, so same way, if I do further analysis of this or other technical analysis and everything of this particular bank nifty major index, so I can say that this 200 DMA, that is current level, and current level is around 35,500 to 35,700. There is a range of 200 points. So just keep in mind is 35,500. That is the lowest thing. So the day it will start trending below 35,500, more downfall may start in this particular sectoral index, that is bank nifty. But meanwhile, it seems that some bounce back cannot be denied from here. Now, what is the level of bounce back actually? How much amount it may bounce back from here? So regarding that, if I say, so there is a next level is around 37,200, that is flashed around 50 DMA. But I am expecting it may bounce back. If this bounce back remain in continuation, that there is no further negative news from this virus side and everything. So I can say that it may bounce back up to 38,000. So today it has closed around 36,300. Yes, 36,300. And so I can say that around 38,000. So in my opinion, it may bounce back around 1,200 to 1,500 points from here. Another bounce back may happen in coming few days. Okay. And now if further in downside is this 200 DMA, just keep watching, and that level is 35,500. So the day it will start decisively breach this 35,500 with volume and everything. So I can say that if fresh downside will start, and in such scenario, what would be the level in downside? In such scenario, the level would be around 34,300. So I can say that the day it will start trending below 35,500, next level would be around 34,300 or 34,200 kind of levels can be visible in Bank Nifty. But meanwhile, if I talk about next few trading sessions only, so some bounce back cannot be denied. Maybe that bounce back would be today it has already bounced around 600 points. So maybe this bounce back may gain another 1,000 to or 1,200 to 1,500 points in this Bank Nifty. Okay. Now let's take another sector, that is Nifty Realty. See, so if you remember in last webinar session, I have mentioned, even we have written in our report also, in monthly report. If I talk about in monthly report, if I talk about Realty, so Realty, see over here I have mentioned that fresh bull call can only be taken above 550. Okay, sustainable trading over 550, then only it will lead towards 700. And same thing I have mentioned in last webinar, last two webinar session also, last one webinar session and prior to last one webinar session. And in last webinar session, and also I have mentioned that maybe trading below 550, it will remain traded and volatile. And in last webinar at the same time, I have mentioned that keep trading below this 550 may lead this index toward in downside around 490. Okay, if you remember, you can check recording on YouTube actually. Okay, so it behave exactly as per our expectation, and it failed to cross that 550 level. Even though it has crossed for a couple of days, but it failed to hold above 550 level, and then correction started in market, and this index started falling from there, and it fell to even not only 590, it fell up to 472. Okay, and today once again it has still trending below 500 only. So now what is next actually in this particular thing? So see, problem is that if I talk about once again from longer term perspective, especially on the from monthly chart perspective, so it is clear cut in uptrend for longer period of time. But from short term to mid term perspective, if I say if it will remain traded below 500, then problem will start in this. Problem is it may enter into further correction, and it may more fall from here, or it will start trending in range bound actually. So now at least at current juncture, fresh bull call once again would be taken above 550, and trading below 500 level, I can say that it may fall from here, further from here. Now so that fall may fall another 10 to 15% also. I am not sure at current juncture, because I need more confirmation and everything, because it is still trading below 50 DMA, but that is okay. It may, if market will change, then obviously it will retake, it would retake in any particular day. So from level perspective, I can say that if sustainable trading below 500 at current juncture may open or may remain traded and volatile, and in such case range would be around in downside 440 or 430, and upside 500 level. But at the same time, if anyhow it would manage to close or remain traded above 500, then range would be 50 points up, 50 point upside, means 550 to 560 level. So this is the scenario in this reality index. Otherwise, there is no as such the big problem in this reality index. Another thing is that this trend line also, let me draw a trend line for you, this trend line. So this trend line one can keep watching. So this trend line is, so if I draw about this, so this is the thing. So, and this is the breakout level with this fresh breakout level. So all this study and everything indicates that maybe it may remain traded like that. Above 500 range is 500 to 550, below 500 range is 440 to 500. So it seems like that at current juncture, maybe we have already started writing this monthly report. Picture would be more clearer in 1 or 2 trading session. Then we will write same thing in our monthly report. So just keep following our monthly report. We will give you more ideas about this. But meanwhile, it seems looks like that only. So I am now handing over this webinar to my colleague Yatisha. He will discuss the text, then I will get back to you once again. Yatisha, are you there?
Yeah, thank you, Pawan. So let me share my screen. Okay, so hope everyone can see my screen and they can hear my voice. So let's go to Nifty Pharma. So what we have seen is Nifty Pharma is currently under rally. So why this Nifty Pharma has been came under rally? Like if you've seen the pharma sector in the last 2 months, especially from the October. So it has made a top around 14,000, 14,700, 15,000 level, and after that made a sharp correction over here. So even it reached 100 DMA as well as now it's trading in hovering around its 200 DMA. So let's go to the monthly chart. So if you see the monthly chart, it's trading in a very tight consolidation zone from last 3-4 months actually. And if you observe the weekly chart, there is a rounded top formation once. If you see there is a rounded top formation over here, and currently it's trading in a very narrow consolidation zone. And if you observe the pattern here, this candlestick pattern, which is almost like Marubozu candle over here in the last 3rd week of October. So after that, it hit towards 200 DMA, and it took support around its previous low, that is around. So that is around this level. So this level, it took support, and once again it managed to come back. But once again, it failed to hold that level, and currently it's trading below that trend line. So at current point of time, there is no clear-cut trend over here, either bearish, not bullish. So on the upside, in order to track this in this space, the current level would be 14,000 to 14,100. This level. If you observe here, this level. So this is a level on the upside. We can keep track of Nifty Pharma. If you observe all the Nifty Pharma stocks, there is slight divergence in the RSI as well as price. So it's unclear about how it may move in the current juncture. And on the downside, if it failed to hold this level, whatever the previous low, that is 13,500 or 13,200 level, if it failed to hold this level, then it might make another volatile and choppy trading session may come in the future days, and it may head towards 12,200 or 12,000 level. So on the Nifty Pharma, despite it's being in a rally, so still there is no confirmation from the price action of the individual stocks. So one can avoid this stock, avoid this sector as of now.
Actually, I want to add one point, Yatisha. Actually, it is at a very critical level. I'm observing, especially on a weekly chart. Weekly chart generally we consider as a high time frame chart. And on high time frame chart, it indicates a situation like make or break like situation. So I can say that this level, and this level is, if I say exactly the low of recent low, and that recent low is around 13,300. and this level of 13,500. So I can say that there is a cluster of 200, 250 points in this pharma index, especially on weekly chart. And the day it will breach this, see, there would be two possibility at current juncture. One is it will bounce back from here. Another is that it will breach this particular level. So let's discuss both possibility. First possibility is it may bounce back from here and then once again enter into a rally attempt and everything. But at the same time, suppose it will breach this cluster of this 200, 250 point. That cluster is 13,500 to 13,250 or 300. So the day it will breach this cluster of this 250 points, maybe more problem will start this pharma index. And in such scenario, I am expecting that at least 100 to 1200 points of fall may happen this pharma index. But meanwhile, today there is just not that much clarity that whether it will bounce back from here or start falling again. But at the same time, if I do the leading indicator analysis like RSI analysis or other things, so all this analysis of these indicators and everything gives negative vibes. Negative vibes in terms of like pharma, if I say. So on weekly chart, this MACD has already, it is already trending in downward slope with negative bias, with negative crossover. And now in this week only, it moved into negative zone. Negative zone means below line zone or zero line zone. So that if it will remain traded in that zone, that particular zone, so I can say that from midterm perspective also, this particular index has entered into sideways zone. So that's what I'm saying, just keep watching. So sustainable trading below maybe 13,300 in this particular index may open more negativity. And if I say about more negativity, so my first target would be around at least 12,000, 12,200 points in this. So 1,000 to 1,200 fall may happen in pharma index. But I need some more confirmation, or it may remain holding above this 13,200 to 13,300 points. Okay, please continue.
Okay. So this is about Nifty Pharma. So let's go to Nifty Auto. So Nifty Auto, if you see the, especially in our monthly big report as well as in our special report about Nifty Auto. So we have mentioned like sustainable trading above 12,100 may open a new upside window towards 15,000 mark, and however to fail to cross hold above 12,000, index remained traded in the range of 10,600 to 12,000. So there is a broad range of in the auto space. So what happened in auto is like you can see here, like once again after it once again it touched its 12,000 level in the mid November. However, it did not sustain, and it formed a evening shooting star pattern over here. And this is a shooting star pattern over here, and after that there is a big bearish Marubozu candle. So the fall is very sharp, and there is no pullback also after that. So even it breaches to 50 DMA and currently trading in the support of 200 DMA. So also if you observe the trend line over here, so if I draw a trend line, this trend line is almost touched and it retested the earlier breakout level, and this from the lower end. So this is the one more trend line which may so this is the current junction of Nifty Auto. After it making a double top formation over here, that exactly 12,000, which is a psychological mark for Nifty Auto. So once it breaks that did not sustain above that and breaks below this 200 DMA, and currently what is a ideal situation is here. If it is sustainable trading above this level, it might trade in the range of like once again this 12,000 and 11,000. So if it breaks below this level, that is current level, it might head towards this 10,000 level also. So this is about Nifty Auto. So today also, if you observe the Nifty Auto, a few numbers have came, and the numbers are mixed from the different companies. So let's see tomorrow how it will trade in the next couple of trading session. If it holds this level, then it's well and good. But once again, if it breaks this level, it might head towards 10,000 level. So this is about Nifty Auto.
So in short, 10,600, 10,500 is a key level to watch. So I can say that either bounce back from here or downfall from here another 500-600 points in Nifty. Am I right, Yatisa?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Okay. And let's go to another sector, that is Nifty Metal. So okay. So Nifty Metal, like similarly what happened in the Nifty Pharma sector, it's almost making a kind of rounded top formation over here. And if you observe this candle, this on the October 22nd, majorly from that day, from that week, that all the fall has been started. So on the across the board. So after the here it made a Marubozu candle. Okay. Sorry, here it made a bearish engulfing candle over here, and it breached simultaneously. It's breached its 50 DMA, and after that, if you observe the daily chart, so there was a support level. There was a support in the range. It is a very broad range and trading in a kind of consolidation range. This is a range. So it's already breached its trendline support. So after that, breached its support over here, and we moved it to correction. Even if you see the in this particular space, all the stocks, it's breached its previous support level and trading near its 200 DMA. So at current juncture, to this 200 DMA may act as next support level for Nifty metal indices, and there is no clear-cut picture over here, and there is once again on the upside. There's this level. The close. It should close above 5,900 level, 5,900, 6,000 level to cross above this level on the upside. So this is about the Nifty metal.
Actually, in downside now, if I talk about level point of view, so first level is this 200 DMA currently placed around 5,000, and then next range is in downside is around 4,900 or 48, 48.70, 48.80. Okay, so I can say that this range of this 4,800 to 5,000 is, or I can say that range of this 300 point from 48.50 to 5,100 or 50.50. I can say this 200-250 points range is critical. Maybe it will take either support in coming few weeks and days, coming few weeks. Otherwise, it will fall. And the day it will fall, that level of 48.50 or 4,900 in downside, more problem will start in this particular index, that is metal index. So just keep watching this level. From level perspective, first level is 200 DMA, that is currently placed around 5,080, and then next is around level is 4,900 or 4,980, 48.80. So just keep watching this level, maybe decisively, because why I am saying that level of 48.80 is on the basis of the weekly charts. So on the basis of weekly chart, it is clearly indicated that the day it will start falling below that 48.80. Maybe especially on weekly chart, so maybe more problem will start and more downside correction will start in this space also. So meanwhile, it is in range bound zone, and that range is that as I have discussed.
So let's move on to Nifty FMCG. So if you observe the weekly chart, it has made here a double top formation, and after that there is a large candle over here. Again, same on the October last third week. So it has it is break same week it break below its 50 DMA, and now currently after that it traded in the sideways range in the entire November. After that, last week of November, it has breached its previous low also. So currently, it's hovering around its 200 DMA. So this is a very crucial for Nifty FMCG. Also, if you see the trend line over here, so on the last week of November, it breached this trend line also. So right now, there is no support level as of now. This okay. So this is a very broad support range, which the trend line started connecting from the
Okay.
and then connecting from the September of 2018. So that comes around 35,000 36,000 level. So which is almost near to its 200 DMA. So this is a crucial junction for Nifty FMCG. So it should on the technical front, it should not break this level. If might break if it is breaks below 36,000, then again there will be more there will be more negative sessions will come in for Nifty FMCG.
Okay, actually, things are currently it is flashed like it is still trading about 200 DMA, but at the same time it is forming a higher peak and higher trough as well, especially on daily chart. Further on the weekly chart, it has breached, as Atisha has shown on weekly chart, it has breached a trend line. Okay, now RSI analysis of weekly chart also indicates that RSI of the weekly RSI is trending in downward trend. Okay, and most probably currently an RSI is placed around 47, and most probably this RSI may bottom out around this 45 range. So I can say that this index, this defensive sector, you can consider that FMCG is now moving toward further may fall from here, but at the same time intensity of fall may not be that much high, especially it is still especially until it is trading above 200 DMA, and 200 DMA is 36,000, currently placed around 36,500 level, 36,500 600 level. So just keep watching 200 DMA in this. I'm expecting it may remain traded above at least at current juncture. I am expecting it may remain traded above 200 DMA, or sooner or later it will take support around 200 DMA. But of course, if overall market will fall, then of course it may fall from here even beyond 200 DMA. And in such case, if it will breach 200 DMA, then problem will start, and in such scenario it may fall another 800 to 1000 points, that is FMCG index, and in such case it may fall up to 34,600 to 34,000, yes, 34,600 to 34,700. So meanwhile it is currently 37,500. I am saying to just keep watching 34,500 36,500 level, that is 1,000 points away. So most probably plus minus 500 points or 700 points, it will bottom out around that level. But let's see how development will happen in coming few weeks of trading session. Because meanwhile, it is still trending about 200 DMA. Generally, this particular sector is considered as a defensive, and it generally do not fall that much actually. So I am hoping that it will take support around 36,500 level or at current level. But let's see how development will happen in coming few weeks.
So the next will be Nifty IT. Nifty IT is continued to be trading in the sideways range from the last September, last September, October, November. It's almost 3 months still trading in the sideways range, and there is no clear cut.
I think this was the only sector which closed on green in last month, if I'm not
Yes,
wrong.
yes,
Sir.
yes.
IT.
It's almost gained almost 1.5% in the last month.
And one more thing that is once again this IT index also moved almost as per our expectation, as we mentioned in monthly report on November 4.
Yes. If you observe the if it holds above 50 DMA, it may remain traded in the range of 34,000 to 37,000. So as it happened, it remained traded in the range. And also, if you observe the monthly chart, it's this level from the last 3 months. This 34,000 is a key level for Nifty IT on the downside. So it's not, it's holding its 34,000 level. So until or unless this 34,000 trading above this level, remain bullish, and it may remain traded in the range of
Actually, if
34,000
you analyze this monthly chart of this index, IT index, so in the last 3 months, that is September, October, and November, it has consistently formed. Just convert in trading view. That would be more clear actually, and keep monthly and set monthly. Yes. So in last September, October, and November, it has formed 3 consecutive inverted hammer-like candle or shooting star-like candle. Shooting star-like candle in top. So on the basis of this candle formation only, I can say that, or as Atisa has already discussed, that this 34,900 is a key level to watch in this particular space. Unless and until it is trading below, meanwhile it is trading just above 35,000 level. I think today's closing was around 35,400, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
Yes. So it is almost 500 points from there. So that 34,900 is a key level to watch after considering this pattern formation on monthly chart. The day it will start trading below that, problem will start in this IT index also. Otherwise, there is no problem. But if I say about psychology and everything, so see, psychologically, there is no negativity, especially from longer time perspective, that is especially from the monthly chart. So monthly, after considering monthly chart, just keep watching that level 34,900. But if I say this on the basis of weekly chart, so on the basis of weekly chart, to take further bullish stance in this particular sector, that is IT sector, it must cross 36,400. So currently it is 34,500. So I am saying 36,400. So 1,000 point of gain, around 3%. So maybe the day it will gain 3% at least from here, that is 36,500. I can say that bias would start return positive. Bias will turn positive in this particular space. So meanwhile, just keep watching. Level is in upside 36,500, in downside 34,900. In between that, it will remain traded in sideways. On either side breakout, as I have given level, is may turn in that direction actually. I think we have discussed almost all sectors.
Yeah.
Is there any pending?
No, Pawan Mayuresh, Pawan Yatish, I think, can you hear me, guys?
Yes, please.
Yeah, so I think, you've discussed most sectors and very comprehensively as well. So I hope all the folks who are listening in heard Pawan and Yatisha, because a very detailed discussion is what the team did. So in terms of sector positioning, overall market positioning, so on and so forth. I will give you my take on the market in terms of developments of what have happened specifically over the last 3 to 4 days. So Friday, Black Friday, big sale that got triggered off across global equity market, and it was not just restricted to India, right? What happens in terms of the new variant, as Pawan was also discussing, it's a large unknown at this point of time. Whether it will have whether it does have more transmission capabilities, is it more virulent, is it effective, are the vaccines effective, are they ineffective? I think all those things are unknown, very frankly, at this point of time. and the information around that is very, very fluid. So I think when you get statements around the core issue like a new variant coming through and all these issues surrounding that, the market will react. And that's what exactly happened if you notice yesterday. So in yesterday's session, Nifty scaled almost 13,350 odd levels and it gave up 400 points from that level because Moderna, one of the vaccine makers whose vaccine is widely used in the European region, came out with a statement, or he had some press release saying that maybe that vaccine that we are currently doing might not be as effective against the new variant, but nobody has a clue at this point of time. So all these questions will get answered over the next few weeks, and that definitely creates an overhang for the market. So with the variant in perspective, I think if there is any conclusive evidence that WHO finds out, and that becomes a leading body rather than anybody else or anybody's mouth speaking something else as well, that becomes an important criteria in terms of how do we put it. If WHO says that it is a very serious affair, obviously the markets are going to react at whatever level the market are at that point of time. But till then, I think the market volatility might continue. And Pawan and Yatish have explained that very, very beautifully. Along with the market, I think a lot of sectors have gone through a structural downtrend in terms of price trend, breaking below its key moving averages, and they're trying to do some elements of rally attempts at this juncture. So I think it's a wait and watch. It's a mixture that you're probably doing in terms of gauging news flow, and because news flow will remain fluid, there is no two ways in terms of how markets will remain in a linear fashion or not. The second aspect in terms of what happens on the inflationary concerns, right? And Powell hit the markets on the head yesterday with his statements saying that inflationary concerns are genuine. Till a couple of weeks or a couple of months back, the entire globe, including the US Fed, was saying that inflation is transitory. यानी एक दो महीने में निकल जाएगा, ऐसे कुछ नहीं है. There is nothing structural and embedded in this. I was always of the opinion that supply side issues that inflation is created, and because capacities have not come up that sharply compared to what pent up demand is, at some time there will be a spillover effect in terms of demand side inflation. You look at a lot of commentaries that a lot of managements gave in the Q2 summary itself. Take paint companies as an example, take plywood companies as an example. They said that the inflationary trajectory is huge. We have to take price hikes of 8, 9%, overall price hikes around 14, 15% in the first half. And therefore, I think what has probably happened is that these inflationary trends are existing around the globe. What has accentuated to these inflationary trend is also fuel prices. Luckily, with this news coming through, crude has come up 20%. Commodities, you take any commodity into perspective, that has come up significantly as well. The perspective again, in terms of headwinds that the market perceives, is there an overhang onto the market because of added lockdown fears? Europe is already under a huge reel of COVID cases. US is going through that. But does it structurally dampen economies and economic recovery in general? The third element in the global context and in the Indian context, right? Our numbers till October have been fabulous. You look at GDP numbers, 8.4. You look at the PMI number at above 57 odd, which got released today morning. You look at the fiscal deficit number, it's at 36 odd %. You look at the Moody's outlook on India in terms of the strongest EBITDA and bottom line growth that Indian companies can produce, vis-a-vis one of the lowest debt in a decade that Indian companies have probably seen. And therefore, I think in the Indian context, unless, and fingers crossed, we don't get a third wave or the seriousness of that wave, if it doesn't hit India because of whatever has happened in terms of our vaccination drive, so on and so forth, I think we are relatively better placed. Fourth, in terms of the O'Neill methodology itself, right? And as Pawan was mentioning, I think IT sector looking extremely strong. One of the few sectors that is looking strong. Pharma becomes a classical defensive bet when there is huge volatility around, right? Structural reasons, IT, I think one, larger term outlook looks cool and then very nice for them. And secondly, I think it's a perfect inflation hedge. I think inflation doesn't hit this sector that hard like it hits other sectors as well. But on the O'Neill part, since the downfall on Friday, 16,782 levels that we witnessed, the next 3 days, that is Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we did not have those intraday lows breached. And therefore, on the O'Neill lens, we say that since 3 days and the market has not breached its intraday lows created, we call it as a rally attempt. Now, do you start? As Jibish is asking, there were a couple of other patrons who also asked that. Can you expect to start buying in aggressively? The answer is obviously no. Why? Because obviously now from the 4th day, which will start tomorrow, till the 25th day, right? Because that's how a cycle we consider in terms of our distribution day count. Ideally, you should see a follow-through day coming in the next couple of weeks. And what is a follow-through day? That the index, in this case Nifty, should move at least 1.5% with extremely good volume. So at least average volume sit on the Nifty, which gives us the confidence that a lot of supply-related issues that the market has, and that supply-related issues are embedded in terms of all the macros and micros that we are speaking at this point of time, have largely been taken care of. So I think a week or 10 days or a couple of weeks, Anubhav, I think ideally that should be the scenario that it should come. What we witnessed in the fall in March, right? March, a similar thing had happened after the huge downfall. Once we saw a rally attempt on 31st March, within the next couple of days, we hit the follow-through day for the market. So ideally, yes, within a week, if a follow-through day happens, I think it's an ideal situation, which means that most of the supply side concerns have been taken care of. Where do we go from there? Structurally, I think sectors which are looking good. So IT, as Pawan mentioned, is looking good, but which sectors are then placed and which leadership stocks do come under the radar in that amazing pullback that the market might or might not give is something to be watched out for. Is there a probability that as news flow evolves over the next few weeks, as liquidity is getting drained from the system, can there be secondary effects from an equity market perspective? Absolutely possible. And therefore, we revisit that cycle again. If we do get a follow-through day, with all the criteria getting fulfilled, the market status will get changed into a confirmed uptrend. But at that point of time, assuming volatility, assuming the positioning that we are on the global macro and micro front, you should be selective in getting into leadership position stocks, right? Therefore, it all depends in terms of how it is. If that cycle does change, the secondary fall happens, it will get counted in the D-Day pattern. If there is a fast reversal in the market, your D-Days will get accumulated faster and the market downgrade will also happen. And therefore, being selective in this up move, in the initial leg of the up move, becomes very, very pertinent and very, very important to follow. Now, technically, I think Pawan has discussed a very pertinent point in terms of the overall market trend, right? And there are chances of reversal, no denying the fact. If you go to our report, right, we had published a report last year after the fall. I'll ask the team, if Yatish and Rai, if you can get that report in terms of what we had come out in terms of market moves. And in a couple of instances in earlier cycles, there have been cases where there have been pullbacks which have been observed. So you go through the report. If you go through the archives, you'll get that report. I think it's very, very informative in that sense, right? And therefore, I think what ideally happens is that between Anubhav, so between the 4th and the 25th day, right? Effective, non-effective, I think what really ideally happens is you have to see the overall construct. So if the Nifty movement is large with heavy volumes and certain sectors also move in a synchronized fashion, right? Sectoral movements are also happening. Yatisha just showed the chart in terms of how the market trend is evolving, right, over a period of time. And if certain sectors are in a rally attempt and they seem to come out of that, I think those are the leadership positions that we will ideally like to see and observe. But again, as I said, even if it happens, I think you need to be very, very selective in terms of getting into positions because of the volatility that persists. Now, two things. One, in terms of the technical parameters on the O'Neill lens, and second, I think as Pawan was mentioning on key parameters he follows. The third angle is anybody who follows the wave theory, right? The highs that we had made, right, of almost 18,500 odd. Ideally, I think the market, when it corrected till 16,782, and when I was going through a lot of analysis on that aspect of the technical charts, I think the wave A that happened, right? The wave A is almost over, and the peak from the peak of wave A, I think we've actually begun wave B, because I think we've hit 16,800, which ideally should have not got breached, and it has not got breached. Now, since we've begun wave B, right, volatility might persist, but there is every possibility, as Pawan said, 17,400, 17,450. That can be a huge possibility. Going by my reading of how the wave A, B, C, D construct probably happens. So wave B might actually take us there. And if a follow through day happens, I think that can be an added advantage as well. On the derivatives construct, I think managing India VIX, how India VIX probably moves from this point onwards, extremely critical. Dollar index, and Pawan did mention the report and the timing of that report as well. The dollar index cooling off and coming below 95, 94 is extremely critical in terms of the global readjustment when it comes to dollar flows as well. A good factor that is happening is oil prices along with commodity prices are cooling off, and so is US yields at this point of time. Though they reacted yesterday to Powell's statement, they would probably stay in a range. Again, the recent correction from the data points that I am reading in terms of the Bhav copy and the options chain is that FIs are selling aggressively, but they're selling aggressively into the cash segment. So December might actually turn out to be a breather, right? And a lot of FIs will actually go on leave over the next 15 days. So whatever positions that they need to probably manage into their local and global markets will be managed over the next few couple of weeks, and they do need to manage their NAVs on global markets as well. So the aggressive selling that the option chain, as my reading goes, and what I'm reading through the option chain activity is that they've been selling aggressively into the cash segment, but I think that selling probably should get steady now, which probably means that December onward this month should be a breather, and that should be fingers crossed for the markets as well. For the Bank Nifty, as Pawan mentioned, the support of the 200 SMA, DMA, whatever you want to call it, right, is extremely critical. So I think it's just around hanging there by a thread onto the 200 DMA, SMA as well. And a sharp move with breaching of 2150 DMA with good volumes would be extremely critical. So I think that's an overall construct on how I'm seeing the market at this point of time. Fundamentally, a lot of news flow. If cases worsen off, if there is some added element of pressure that comes in from the variant, will monetary policies turn loose again? Will Powell go back on his words in terms of the inflationary trend? Because I think if that happens, there might be some reversal that might also happen in terms of demand activities. And by the way, the Black Friday sale, the day when the markets also corrected, the digital sales online were not as great as one expected, right? So I think if there is pullback in terms of demand activity, demand-linked inflation starts coming down, and does that then prompt the Fed to go slow? Maybe taper happens, but maybe rate hikes do not happen, and loose monetary policy continue around the world. So I think there are a lot of ifs and buts, but I think let's leave it to how the data is being read through the O'Neill lens, the data that is being read through the option chain, and the data that is being read as per Pawan's reading on what I'm reading through the wave theory activity as well, or the wave theory module as well. So I think that was my few takes on the market. We've actually done an hour in terms of explaining all this, because it was very, very necessary on why and how we are positioned in the market from both an investor perspective as well as moving up our learning curve in terms of understanding of the markets as well. So now just request Pawan and Yatisha to just take 3 or 4 or 5 queries at max, and maybe we can always continue this because we always do that a couple of weeks, every couple of weeks. And for your information, again, the last week of December, we're going to have a very, very special session in terms of Bazaar Pe Charcha. And I'll be getting a couple of very prominent guests for 5 to 10 minutes. I'm not revealing the names now, but I've already spoken to them, of very prominent 2 guests who can give their takes in terms of how they are looking at the markets from a technical standpoint as well. Obviously, Pawan is there, Yatish and the team is there as well. So that's a special session that is going to happen at the end of December. So Pawan, Yatisha, maybe 4 or 5 queries, and then maybe we can call off the session.
Thank you, Everest. So only one thing I want to add regarding this India VIX actually. Meanwhile, it is around 19.3, and after doing a lot of analysis on India VIX, it must remain traded below 18. Then only we would consider this confirmed or some positivity in the market. So I mean to say it to cool down further, especially India VIX, it remained traded below 18. That level suggested current level. Let's take query actually. So,
by the way, Pawan, just wanted to point out. So, guys, if you, I mean, I'm getting a lot of messages on my WhatsApp. I'm sure you must have received it as well. You have a look at the South African markets. in spite of all that we are speaking about, South African markets are up 1.25% and they are at a record high as we are speaking right now. So just wanted to just discuss this in terms of all the news flow that is happening. Sorry, Pawan, you can go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Okay. So someone is asking that I have sold 50% stocks in my portfolio since you have changed into downtrend. When should I buy back? Unfortunately, I sold some good IT stock also which are moving upside. Myles, can you answer this question?
अरे नहीं यार आंसर ही नहीं आप बात समझिए यार अगर आप हमको फॉलो कर रहे हैं ना और I hope you are following us तो follow our leads ना follow our leads on how we are probably doing. If it's a Trader Smith portfolio, I think the team had emptied most of the portfolio even on a Friday and we are very very selective right now, so very very selective on pharma. MSI में भी अच्छा खासा खाली कर दिया था. A few stocks is always what we have retained because there the activity remained okay. So even if it's in a downtrend, my point is that ऐसे नहीं होता है कि सारे स्टॉक निकाल देने. I'll give you an example. जब लास्ट अक्टूबर नवंबर में एक फॉल आया था निफ्टी में, लास्ट अक्टूबर नवंबर 2020, right? What happened was downtrend हो गया. I mean, we downgraded the market, but it was not a structural downfall. Most of the sectors had not come into a downfall or a downtrend category. So I think we retained those stocks. So every stock in a downtrend might not be somewhere where the stock might be lagging or the sector might be lagging. So you have to be very very careful in terms of analyzing this. जो initial March का fall था जब downtrend आया था सब कुछ everything was in a horrendous position, right? And those indicators have already started coming in. All key averages, long-term averages were getting breached and they are getting breached by heavy volumes. So I think that is very very critical. Selling जब करते हैं तो सिर्फ technicals देखो, fundamentals उसमें justify मत करो. That's been a ground rule, not just an O'Neill, but that's what global asset managers also follow. So I think please, if you're following us, take our lead on Trader Smith and MSI.
Thank you, Myles. Actually, if you have sold 50% and some stocks move out in upper direction, so I think you should need not to worry actually, because first thing is that you have liquidated your profit. First thing, and another thing is that going upside or downside, it is a game of market. How much you are generating on cumulative basis, that only matters actually. So that's it. And just sometimes, satisfaction also works in market. So keep patience and have satisfaction at all level of market. That will work in longer duration actually, psychologically, in my opinion at least. Thank you. So now let's take a query. Is it a good time to buy back a market in rally attempt? See, it depends actually. If market is in rally attempt and sector is in uptrend and stock is doing good, if your risk reward is permitting to you, that is the key thing actually to generate positive return over a period of time or longer period or shorter period as well. So if all these answers of all these questions is permitting to you, then you can buy. Of course, no one is going to stop you on. There is no rule, hard and fast rule that you cannot buy. You can buy, but after getting answer of all these questions that I have mentioned, so you can buy. Otherwise, just stay away and just start observing, or just if you want to do trade and buy, then buy in limited quantity or limited value amount. That will always work, because if it is in rally attempt, if you are buying in limited amount, then of course if there would be loss, then your loss would be limited. And you can add, you can pyramid your buying, you will get further about buying opportunity once market will turn from downtrend or rally attempt to confirmed uptrend. So just keep consider all these points in your mind and do according to that. That's it from my side. Now next is the Lalpath Lab. I think Yatisa, you
Okay,
are here. So please fix Lalpath Lab.
Okay, I will.
So see, in current new virus variant scenario now, maybe Lalpath Lab will do well, may do well, and further it has formed actually after correction from 4200 to 3300, almost 20-22% correction. It has formed a double bottom formation on daily chart actually. and successfully on Monday, I think so. On Monday, it has already successfully given a breakout above this after with a gap up opening. It has given breakout above that double bottom pattern formation. And today and yesterday as well as today, it has now retested to 200 to this double bottom pattern. So what I'm saying at current juncture, currently it is placed around 3725, 3724. So I mean to say that level is 3650. So just keep watching 3650. Suppose it somehow it will manage to hold above that level, na? So maybe uptrend will resume once again in this particular stock. Otherwise, the day it will breach that level, so I can say that it is entered into sideways zone and all, and if it will remain in a range bound zone only. So just keep watching market and then movement in this particular stock. If someone is really interested to buy and this stock, so one can buy this particular stock around for short-term perspective with stop loss of 3650, and from mid to long-term perspective, one can buy this stock stop loss below 3300 or around 3300. So stop loss around 3300 is all more than 10% from here, so that is not justifiable. So, but it is currently somehow looks like that this as I discussed to you. So somehow it will, if it will manage to hold 3650, so may turn positive. Otherwise, remains traded sideways at current after considering current data points. Okay. Now next query is
Coromandalam.
Coromandalam. So say in Coromandalam, this level of 740, sorry, 740 is a key level to watch. The day it will start trending below 740, 730, now more downfall may start. Another thing is that after doing this analysis and everything, it is consistently from the last almost 5 months. 4-5 months, it is consistently forming lower top, lower bottom pattern formation on as per Dow theory on daily chart. So just keep watching the day it will. Meanwhile, it is at 745. So 10-15 rupees only. So let's take a level of 730. Sustainable trading below 730 will create more problem in this stock and may fall further. This stock may fall for further. Now, if I do analysis from RSI point of view and MACD point of view, so RSI and MACD is also suggest negativity in this counter, and RSI, if I do leading indicator analysis, that is RSI, so RSI is clearly suggests that it has breached the level, even though price has not breached, but RSI clearly suggests that it has breached that level. So maybe more downfall may happen, and next and sustainable trading below that 730, 740, next target would be 700, and below 700 maybe more toward 630, 640 also. So meanwhile, it's better to stay away from this. The market, if market will turn, then this particular stock will also turn positive. Then only you can consider to buy this particular stock. And in my opinion, it's better to buy. It's better to buy 5-7% higher price instead of buying at current level, or instead of catching falling knife. Next one.
One is Berger Paint.
Berger. So see, Berger Paint and Asian Paint, always this crude price impact of crude price and everything, and now crude price has fallen down in last few days trading session only. It has corrected almost 20% from higher level, and currently it is flashed. Brent crude is flashed around $70-72. So, but at the same time, demand of commodity and everything also, demand of this product of this company also matters now, and I am assuming that this festive season is falling in this Q3, so maybe Q3 number would be quite attractive. I don't know margin front and everything, but at least sales number would be quite good actually. But stock is not moving as per situation. So maybe it may remain traded in sideways, but at the same time, there is no that much negativity. And this is December. So I am expecting it will remain traded in sideways only. And meanwhile, that range is 680 in downside. and in upside is 850. So 680 in downside and 850 in upside. So 10% kind of range is formed in this particular stock. So most probably it will remain traded in this range, especially in this month. So at current juncture, I would not advise anybody to buy or accumulate this counter. I would suggest to just keep wait and watch and start watching or tracking this stock, and you can take decision according to that. Because on daily chart it is showing more negativity, but on the monthly chart also it is saying that that range is, as I have discussed, that it 680 to this 850. So maybe it will remain traded in that range actually, and that range is almost 170 rupees. So 10% down from here, and 13% up from here. Further on the weekly chart, if I do weekly analysis, so it has breached trend line also. On weekly chart, it has breached trend line, connecting this low of February and low of this May 2021. So on weekly chart, it has breached, and now it is trading below that actually. So maybe unless and until it is trading below that, the more that may remain more problematic in this. The price of this stock will remain in downward territory only. So once again, I would not suggest anybody to buy at current juncture. Just keep wait and watch. One can consider this stock after Q3 earning actually. Just wait till Q3 earning. If number one profitability in sales and everything would be good, then at that time, after considering technical factors and everything, one can consider this stock to buy actually. Okay, another one, Atisha.
There is someone who is asking, is there another fall like March 2020?
Sorry.
Sir, if we consider this relief rally on the fall of March 2020, can we say that the secondary fall can be expected?
Sorry. So it is a very interesting question actually.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I want to say my opinion over here is that it is not, you cannot expect that. So fall of 2020 was once in a life kind of situation. That prior to that, it was happened in 2008, and then another fall was happened in 2020. At least in my opinion, you will not find such type of fall this time. But yes, at the same time, market may fall 1,000 points from here. I am not denying for that. Meanwhile, it is around 17,000. It may fall up to 16,000 or maybe beyond few hundred points below 16,000. But if someone is expecting that it will fall like 2020, so at least in my opinion, it will not. Because if I say answer of this question from technical perspective now, so at that time in January 2020, I can say that price structure on monthly chart was quite bearish. Price structure on weekly chart was more bearish, and that is why technically, because why I am giving more emphasis on technically, because someone has written a question on this Zoom that it was not because of technical, it was because of news. Of course, I have never said that it was because of technical. Technical is not a reason. Just let me give you answer of your concern, that technical is not a reason. Technical is just a study to gauge the market movement. It's nothing more than that, of course. And if there is some pattern is happening, because it's ultimately what is market actually in a definition, in a economist definition, market is a behavior of people like us, behavior of people like you, me, and masses of people. So history or study suggests that over a period of time, these masses behave in same pattern like they have acted in previously. So technical analysis is just analyzing that data points on that perspective only. So I have never said, and I am never saying that we have written report, that's why market fell, because it is a 100% arrogant statement. I always, because भाव ही भगवान है और मार्केट ही भगवान है, we have to follow भगवान. जैसे आप किसी भी गॉड को मानते हो, भगवान को मानते हो, ऐसे हम मैं एटलीस्ट इन मेरी लाइफ में मैं आई जनरली फॉलो टू मार्केट. उसको जो भी दिखाई देता है, जस्ट आई ट्राई टू शेयर विथ यू इन फॉर्म ऑफ दिस वेबिनार एंड वाया रिपोर्ट्स आल्सो. अदरवाइज आई नेवर क्लेमिंग that I have written this report from technical perspective, that's why market fall. No, that is 100% wrong. What is true? True is that I try to capture pattern. I try to capture the behavior of this mass. and I try to write that particular things in form of technical analysis, in form of report or via this webinar to share with you to what is looking to me. Otherwise, it's not like I have said that that's why markets fall. If I am saying like that, the day I will say like this type of statement, I would 100% wrong on that day, and market will definitely behave against my opinion. So please consider that it was, see, technical is one study, fundamental is one study, quantitative one study, news impact is one study. So everything impacts on market. I am not denying for anything, but I fear we just try to analyze psychology of masses and give opinion on the basis of that only. Otherwise, it's not like I have said that's why it's solved.
No, a couple of pointers here. So, guys, I think what we are trying to do, na, Pawan, Yatisha, me, the whole team, right? I think it's an earnest effort and a very humble effort that the team is trying to put forth, right? We are trying to analyze a lot of data points that Pawan is mentioning at this point of time. We are trying to have a lot of added structures done apart from the evaluation chart that you see on O'Neill, right? Option chains, FNO data. You would have seen Pawan and team also come out with the derivative data, right? We're trying to understand the nuances on how the setup is, and we are trying to get out a report in terms of getting those advances as we feel are appropriate at an appropriate time junction. Now some things work and some things do not work in the favor, right? Because ultimately it's market. जैसे पवन कह रहा है, भाव भगवान है. So बाजार अपने हाथ में नहीं है, and market is the greatest teacher of all. So I think it teaches us every day, and that's why going up the learning curve is very, very important. And that's why I've also put this link in terms of the books that we have on our site. Very, very good books by a lot of authors, including William O'Neill, which can help us becoming better investors and better learners into the market. So we are all learners, and it's a very earnest effort that the team is putting forth in getting these reports on time. As I said, some of the reports work, some might not work, right? And we are not here to take any pompous accolades in terms of some reports that work. We also equally and humbly accept that if some places we go wrong, we go wrong. And that is part and parcel of the market and part and parcel of the learning curve. So I think we need to probably accept that being into the market itself. So Pawan, maybe a query more because it's almost 6 o'clock and then we'll find it.
Yes, let's take one query of this Tata Motor and Clean, last two query, and then GAIL, three counter only. So let's take first Tata Motor actually.
So Tata Motor, after that tremendous run from the cup with handle breakout, it has moved almost 40%. And once again, it has made a trade in the sideways range, and with the overall market, it has made a small correction, headed once again pulled back towards its 50 DM, and it took support over here and filled the gap also, which was happened on the 13th of October. So this is a very good sign. And after that, there is a slight it's heading towards its upside. And even today, I just saw the numbers of Tata. So they have given overall sales data has been very good from the last couple of 3-4 months actually. Because of the new products they are launching. There's in the CAN-SLIM, we can see the N factor. We can see in this Tata Motors. So this is something new. It's coming in the Tata Motors. They are offering the new products. So right now it's trading in sideways range. There is no clear cut buy or sell from here. So that's it.
Let's one more. That's Clean.
GAIL, right?
Clean.
Okay. So this is classical IPO based breakout. Once it breaks out, it made around 25%, and once again it's trading in the second base. Now it's trading in a consolidation range. And if you observe the last couple of, we have suggested Clean, but we had to exit after it breaks its key support level, that is 50 DMA. And once again, today it has yesterday and tomorrow, today it has retested its 50 DMA. The current junction, the ideal stop loss would be below 19,900. So that would be a very deep stop loss for this stock. One can keep this stock for in the watch list. This is these are kind of the stocks which may in the over a period of time it may generate 3-4 times of the returns in our portfolio. So uh, at current point of time, it looking attractive. One can keep this stock in our watch list, and anything about previous high, that is pivot level 2300, would be the ideal buy point for this stock. Even if you observe the RS rating, it is coming above that prior RS rating. So once again, it's outperforming the Nifty. So it's clearly the buy volumes are coming at the higher end, despite market is falling. So there are too many positives in this counter. So one can keep this in the watch list. As of now, there is no price action came, but all other indicators are suggesting buy signal over here.
Actually, it is at current juncture, it is looking quite attractive. If someone is interested to buy, one can buy this stock and one can keep stop loss around 1900.
Yeah.
So 1900, meanwhile, it is 2200. So almost 300 rupees from here. So as level of stop loss is quite high from current juncture. That is the only problem. Otherwise, stock is looking quite attractive at this juncture. And let's take last one, last query of the day, GAIL.
So GAIL, it's clearly it's trending in downward trend, and it's making a lower high price formation, and there is no support line as of now. As
Bombil hai babu, bombil. Bombil. Open.
So if you observe here, it's almost trend line connecting on to three. It's trend line connecting over here, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. So 6 times it has retested this 128 this trend line. So once it breaks below this, you can see that how much was the pressure, selling pressure. So once it breaks below this, and there is no pullback towards that level. And today there was a small bullish candle. As of now, there is no buy signal, buy recommendation over here. One can avoid this stock as of right now. So if you see the RS rating also, it's trending in downward slope and 13, and one can avoid this stock as of now.
Yatisa, one last thing I want to add from my side, because there is a question also related to that, is stock price of Idea. Actually, even though we do not give recommendation, we never give a recommendation on this Idea stock, but chart is looking quite attractive at this current junction. That I want to share my opinion regarding that. So see, now structure has changed in this particular whole space. Like now it is in duopoly like industry. And after this current tariff hike in this telecom space, especially mobile and everything data, now the stock started reacting positively. And today also it has gained around 14%. Okay. And it has given on the weekly chart, it has given breakout. But at the same time on monthly chart, it has maybe resistance have around 14 rupees. And currently today it is closed around 12.60 rupees. So maybe it may gain further from here around 14 rupees like situation. Because another thing is that on weekly chart also, early breakout indication on monthly chart also indicates that the stock has given breakout. And now at this current juncture, unless and until it will remain traded about 12 rupees, positivity will be there, positivity will intact in the stock. and immediately it seems that it may move toward at least 14 rupees. Once again, please do not consider these things as a recommendation. Do after doing lot of due diligence and everything, but chart is looking quite interesting of this idea stock. That's why I'm sharing, especially from my side. So maybe it may gain further from here around at least for 12, at least up to 14 rupees. That is 1.4 to 1.5 rupees away from here. Okay, so that's it from my side as well as our side. Thank you, Yatisha, Rahi, and Mayuresh. Thanks to all our audience also, and stay connected with us in next Bajar Pe Charcha. Thank you all, and have a safe life ahead during this tough period that is new variant discovery. Okay, thank you all.
Thank you, everyone.